Hey Rick, how are you? You're frozen. What'd you do?
You're frozen in time. Wow, what a great musical that was.
I didn't see it. Is that
Oh,
is that with Nadim Nazal or whatever her name is?
exactly. It's moving to Broadway, of course. It was just that little Disney movie that was out, and very powerful film, Mark. Very, very powerful.
Okay, I'll be sure to put it on my list.
Add it to your Netflix queue. Yes, do that. Sure. What's that?
I don't have Netflix. I don't have Redbox either. I know we're going to talk about that. I mean, we have those little key Redbox things, but I've never. We don't even watch DVDs. Who the hell watches DVDs?
Well, what do you watch?
TV,
Puppet Show.
TV or DVR.
See,
I haven't put a DV in years.
I'm the opposite.
DVD.
No TV, just DVD. No Bluetooth because I like my white teeth. Are we live?
We are live, so
Well, hi, everyone, open the camera.
Bing Bing. I know that you said you forgot your bell, so I'm going to be doing the Bing Bing. I like that. Bing Bing.
Yes, it's
Cafe's open on a beautiful Saturday in New York City. I don't know where you're in Houston, right?
Houston, Texas. Look at this. I'm in my friend Mark's office. He's my pastor who moved down here, but he's really into like Star Wars. He's got a Star Wars poster and all that kind of good stuff. Look, there's a little Darth Vader thing in his office. And then, of course, you got all the Christian stuff too, which is nice because wonderful man. Yeah, down in Houston. Visiting my friend Judy Alonso from LA. Do you remember Judy Alonso?
Yes, of course, Judy Alonso.
Sadly,
Absolutely.
her grandmother passed it after she and her husband were married 74 years, and she passed. So Judy put her to rest this week, and I came down to see her. And then, of course, see Mark and his wife Nikki and all that good stuff. So, yeah, she says hi.
Hi, Judy. I remember you guys coming over. I think you were with her. Jim had died, and then we went out to dinner or something, and you came over to my apartment, and
We did. We actually were together. We came to see Jim probably just a day before he passed, as I recall,
yeah.
Hollywood. And then it was around your birthday, as I recall, also.
Well, it was right after it. Yeah,
Yeah.
he died in November. My birthday's in October. So I don't have, I'm not wearing a hat today because I ran out of hats. I don't want to repeat my hats. And I,
We got to start a new thing. Like, how about coffee mugs? Let's take a peek at your coffee mug.
okay, my coffee mug today is from, well, we go to Delaware and all the time. And it's a crab coffee cake. I mean, a crab coffee cup.
Oh,
It's got lobsters on it and stuff.
you got me excited to invent a crab coffee cake. That'd be really good.
You could also get me some hats.
Yeah. Oh, I could I?
Yeah.
I could start the hat thing. I've got lots of hats, but my hats don't say where they're from. They're like, like logoed. Usually I don't wear logo wear. Like if it says Old Navy or if it says Banana Republic on a shirt, I won't buy it. But if it's on a hat, I like it because I like skater hats because I'm very, 20 years old.
I know.
Kind of.
What if it says Twine Shreveport?
That's cool, but that's cool. Yeah, no, I wouldn't wear it. You got me an Age to Perfection shirt once or something.
Yeah, LGBTSR.
Our other endeavor. If you haven't seen that, folks, check it out at lgbtsr.org. But we are in the cafe, Mark. Lots going on this week. What do you want to start with? Start with this Oklahoma thing. Pretty nerve wracking.
Yeah, it was the ex. I've said this many times now. I just stay out of the headlines most of the time now because I just don't. It doesn't do anything for me. I keep abreast of what's going on out there. But the botched execution in Oklahoma was pretty ghastly, and it was on my list of topics today because I don't know. I've been back and forth throughout my life as a anti capital punishment and then sort of being neutral on it. But I think it's just we need to stop it as a nation. We need to stop it. Almost every other industrialized advanced country does not. I mean, we execute so many people. We're like right behind Iran. America loves to execute people, and in certain states really like it. And one of my first, it was a horrible thing. I don't need to describe it, but it took like 50 minutes to kill this guy. And they're using drugs now because the drug manufacturers have stopped providing the drugs to execute people because of the backlash. Especially European manufacturers aren't going to give them these drugs, and the American ones, if there are whoever they were, have stopped providing these drugs because of the global opinion about capital punishment. And so states like Oklahoma and Texas now they're getting like these drug cocktails, which I think is a horrible thing to call them, but they're getting their execution drugs now very on the down low, very secretively, and they've passed laws to prohibit you from knowing who manufactures the drugs. These are the same fucking states that have laws like in Texas where they if you provide an abortifacient, how do you say it? If you provide a drug like RU86, whatever they are, anything that can cause an abortion, you're up on the public record. They pass laws to make sure that everybody knows that if you have anything to do with abortions, the public knows who you are. But these same fucking states are making it impossible to know who's providing this fucking rat poison that takes 45 minutes to kill somebody. And I've noticed for a long time I've never understood it because I'm not a Christian extremist or a right-wing extremist. But why are these states that are so pro-life are the same states that are so into killing people? They're so into executing. Texas is proud of the fact that it executes hundreds of people a year. And it's just horrifying. It's horrifying to me, and I think it's time that the United States stop, that we be rid of capital punishment, period, no matter what the crime. Because it's always easy to say, well, if somebody abducted Frank and killed him, cut off his limbs one by one, would I want them dead? Of course I would. But I want to kill them. I don't think it's up to the state. I mean, either let me kill them or prohibit capital punishment. That's my opinion.
Interesting. Well, I'm sitting here in Texas in a chair that looks like an electric chair. I kind of want to get up. It's kind of weird. You're right. I mean, Texas is one of the top states for it. Anti on the record. Not that anyone cares my thoughts, but anti always have been death penalty. We don't have that right. It's not our baby. Couldn't agree more. Dead Man Walking. See the movie, guys. Powerful. I know it's old, but it'll really bring some attention. Doesn't matter, Mark. Thanks. Bing, bing. Bing, bing.
Bing,
Can I
bing.
bing?
And by the way, try to stay stationary because you're very pixelated now. So when you get a good picture, just kind of stay there.
Going back in there. You scared me. Isn't that chair? And it looked like the death penalty chair. Okay, is this better now?
It's okay. It's not great. It's because you're in Texas. They listen into this shit, but.
The Rick Perry's oh my gosh, I just looked out my window and there's George Bush in the bush. That was pretty funny. Not
bing,
really.
Bing, bing, bing.
Yeah, I want to talk about technology and changes. We talk about what you just triggered just reminds me of so much. I'm one of these that has bought into the Amazon Prime. Amazon, got to get the peanut butter, special peanut butter that I ordered tomorrow. Got to get the Greek coffee I ordered, no later than Sunday, which is tomorrow. And it shocked me because I love it. I'm just proud of how technology can work. I can go on my smartphone and order something, and in like one day it's here, right? So I'm really into it, and sometimes I just order things to see how fast it'll get here. And then yesterday, en route, I was kind of playing around on my phone, looking up for some topics and thinking about some things for today's show, and I saw the whole thing triggered a documentary I saw a while back, and I rewatched it in the car about permi-temps. You know what permi-temps are? Workers?
Yeah, I mean they're people who temp forever.
Yeah, exactly. And the whole thing is Amazon is building a new grocery distribution center out in New Jersey. So folks like you in New York can get your fresh milk in moments. You don't have to go to the store. You just tap on a button and it's there. And they're using permi-temps to kind of staff it. And the documentary that I saw yesterday kind of opens by showing the fields where, like foods were once grown. Now they're taken over by a $1 million complex or $20 million complex. They're being staffed by these permi-temps. These are people, folks, who are usually immigrants into our country who wake up at 5 in the morning and jump from agency to agency on a bus to see if the agency can staff them at places like Amazon and other places, because these people are fearful to work for the corporate beast themselves because of various issues, and the corporate beast doesn't want to make any connections or ties with permanent employees. They'd rather go through an agency and kind of just keep things simple. So when that happens, an $8 employee now makes $5.75 an hour, and they take home probably $200 a week, and that's their existence, that's their life. It's really interesting to me, and very heartbreaking to know that what we require now, because technology allows us to have these things, has big impacts on things. It made me think last week when Jesse flew out here, and his bags were lost, Mark, by American. And just the journey he took and listening to him on the phone next to me, trying to track those bags down when they technically check the bags in Newark, but only check them through Dallas instead of checking them all the way into Shreveport. And trying to track those bags and talk to a service rep from American, who doesn't even have loyalty to her company anymore because companies don't take care of employees. So the old threat when you used to say, well, listen, this has made me so upset, which Jesse did, said, I'm going to consider if I'm ever going to fly American again. You know what she says? Well, I don't care. Because she doesn't care. Because her company doesn't invest in her, and she doesn't invest in that company. So it's just amazing. I don't have much to say other than I have to, wrap my head around that some days and look at the ways what we dealt with things customer service wise, and our expectations from corporations. We're very different even 10 years ago than they are today because of the advent of technology and the speed of technology. Bing, bing. Your turn.
Well, I just want to say on that too, because it is related. The economy, this illusion that the economy is getting better. Most of the jobs that are being created are low-wage jobs. The high-wage and middle-wage jobs were destroyed in the recession. So these hundreds of thousands of jobs that are being created are exactly the sort of jobs you're talking about. Americans. It's too late. It's not going to change. I mean, America is kind of in the toilet, in my opinion, and it's not going to get out because this is the new world we live in, where it's oligarchs and it's ultra billionaires controlling everything, and the rest of us are going to end up. Well, not me because I'm too old, but I wouldn't want to be 20 years old today, looking at what I'm going to grow up into. I'm going to grow up into maybe a $10 an hour job, and it doesn't matter how many years you go to school. Talk about a corrupt industry, man. Education now is just about getting you saddled with $75,000-$100,000 debt, so you can go out and be a receptionist. It's America. The middle class is done. It's done. So, bing bing. Oh, go ahead.
We do feed into it too by our expectations. Like I'm owning up to my piece in it, But it wasn't until I saw that piece that I have to question ordering from Amazon now. Bing bing. You're right. Your turn.
Well, my other thing, because I'm watching the clock, we're at the 12-minute mark. I'm just going to have one more thing. I saw it on Kickstarter, and it's a movie, a documentary that these people are making called "Do I Sound Gay?" And it's really fascinating. And he interviews like Dan Savage and Tim Gunn. He interviews a bunch of people. I really like it, but it's about how gay men are. It's a form of internalized homophobia, about how so many gay men don't like our voices because we think we sound gay. And then you have to see it. I can't really describe it, but it's really good. I did not contribute because I don't do Kickstarter projects anymore. That's another conversation. It's like panhandling to me. I pay my own shit. I've always funded myself, so you can fund yourself. I'm not giving anybody any more $25, $30 little Kickstarter shit. But it's a really interesting project, and it made me realize that throughout my life, I've often said, my late partner Jim, I would say, well, he wasn't identifiably gay. Frank isn't identifiably gay. And watching this, I realized that it's because they don't sound gay to me. Like if I meet a gay man who doesn't sound gay, I would say, well, you wouldn't know he was gay, and it's about the voice. It's about our voices.
Who's doing? Oh, you said Tim Gunn is behind the project, or he's just one of the people? No,
he's just one of the people interviewed.
It's so true. Well, we were shooting in Wisconsin in my old life, of Discover Wisconsin. We went into a community, and I was with the straight woman and a gay straight man. I was the gay man of the group who didn't sound gay at all. Fuck no, Mark. No, gosh. No. I was the straightest straight kids. Now I should do a documentary on what straights sound like, because that was pretty judging there, what I just did. But they do. They're like, rough and gruff and stuff. Well, anyway, went into this one community. I forget where it's, Oconto County or whatever. And every guy sounded gay. And you knew it couldn't be the case. And they were all straight, I'm sure. But yes, we said, oh my God, they sound so gay. So interesting. Bing, bing. Redbox, you mentioned it earlier, talking about films. Yeah, I was one of 61 national winners. Redbox did a campaign leading up to the opening of Spider-Man or whatever opened. Yeah, Spider-Man opened this weekend. The grand prize winner was called the Redbox Sweeps. Grand prize winner was flown to New York City. I often wonder if you live in New York City, what do you do? They pick you up in a limo or something maybe. And then they take you to the screening with a guest, and it was a big, big premiere party thing this week that the winner won. think the event was April 24th, and then 60 other people won Redboxes for the year. So like Redbox movies for a year. I was one of those 60 people. Just a random contest that I entered because I like to rent Redbox, unlike you, as we just mentioned. But it's the fine print thing. So I'm very grateful, and I'm not bashing Redbox. I'm grateful they give me, they give me movies for a year. But you think, oh my gosh, I'll just go to the box and have carte blanche. No, they give you 52 codes to use for the free movies. So really, it's just a free movie a week for a year is what they should say. But they bill it as free movies for a year, almost like cereal for a lifetime. But then you only get, one bowl of Cheerios a day or something. But I'm grateful. But it just makes you think, read the fine print. One other thing. Remember when I told you about those 2 vitamins or natural things I take? One is green coffee extract, and the other is that thing from Brazil. So I was on a roll once, and I found all these free offers online to get a free bottle of each, and then you could, buy into it and get it for. Well, I did all these free bottles, Mark, not realizing that on some of these contests and things, you have to check the box off, not on, to continue. So, like, it's automatically set up that you're going to renew at $79 a month for a bottle, which I can buy down at Sam's for $13, unless you check that box off. So read the fine print, because for 3 months I was just for each of those bottles, and then had to call customer service, back to my earlier point on the show. Just a big debacle. But yes, I'm a Redbox sweepstakes winner. There you go. Thank you.
I'm so happy for you. Now, are you using Wi-Fi or your regular?
No, this is Wi-Fi. The bad or good?
Well, you'll see. The video is horrible. I mean, the video is terrible, but, this happens with us. It's what are you going to do? If you were in the same place every week, if you were in your apartment every week, it'd be great. But you're not, and I'm not, and that's the way it goes. But the audio's fine. I mean, you can listen to the show.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, well, I don't know why it's bad, because I'm like I'm looking at the little box beeping. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, Mark. But anyway.
Well, do you check it? Do you go on your phone and make sure that your Wi-Fi is connected?
Yeah, and it is, because the only way I can use Skype Wi-Fi is if I'm on Wi-Fi. So there's well, anyway, thank you all for joining.
You're rushing me off. Maybe it's a Skype thing. I got to say a big happy birthday to my husband, Frank.
Yeah.
He's I'm not going to give his age out. But we met when he was almost 50 and I was 49. So, love can happen at any age, and it's his birthday, and we're going to go see Bullets Over Broadway. And then
nice.
I have a couple surprise things after that I can't say.
I love that you guys surprise each other. How many years ago did you meet?
December will be 8 years. Next December.
You just gave his age away. I set you up for that.
Oh, you're so clever.
Happy birthday, Frank.
Thank you. And that's it. You have a great day, and we'll be back next Saturday. See, now you look great. Just,
man, maybe I did.
Take two. We can't do another take.
Now I look like a football player, like one of those football cards, don't I?
You do, and you don't sound gay at all. I would never know.
My cousin's gay, and he sounds gay. I don't know. It's just, it is what it is. I'm going to go check it out. I'm going to go explore the woodlands with my friends. Thank you, Mark, for letting me use your office today. The other Mark. I have a lot of good Marks in my life, Mark.
Yeah, it's a mark of a good man.
It is. All right. You have a wonderful day, everybody. Thanks for watching us.
Bye.